most Tamils to Canada via Germany. Grew up in this country for most of my life. From all my education happened here, and professionally, I was an engineer first. Loved the work of engineering. Thought like an engineer. I thought engineering was a very good framework of thinking, but practice-wise wasn't it for me. I went back to Sri Lanka right after my engineering degree to teach in a camp, the Tigers camp. It was for injured soldiers, and I spent 2-3 months there, and that shaped a lot of my life in the future. And one of it was to do more public sort of work, and law and lawyering was something that emerged there first as something that could be a profession that could help more people. Engineers were all doing well, but I thought lawyers would be another step up. So that started there, came back, and then a couple of years later, it just happened where I turned into law. Worked with the government, and now for the last 8 years, I've been running my own practice. It's a real estate practice, corporate litigation firm, and now we just opened up immigration. So we do a lot of immigration, real estate, corporate, and litigation. And we have 5 lawyers, about 12 full-time staff. And we do work a lot with the community, Tamil community, but a lot also outside the Tamil community as well. We have a mixed range of clientele. When I took over this practice, from a predecessor who went on to politics. When I bought this practice, the practice was already immersed into the community. One of the main organizations that was already immersed into was the chamber. So I joined the chamber, and I joined as a member first. And then I actually joined as a board member. I involved myself in a board member for a couple of years before I left and started continued my focus on my practice. In that time, I enjoyed chamber for what it offers, and what it offers is a strong community. The people in chamber are really dedicated to the betterment of chamber and its members. So every community is as strong as how you actively engage that community. So when I actively engage in that community, I find a lot of benefits from the people that are in that community. I run a law practice. So law practices are just like any other business, comes in all shapes and sizes. My goal when I decided to take on this practice, because that wasn't my first choice, but when I actively decided to take on this practice, one of the things that I wanted to do was take away the stigma that rural law firms and ethnic rural law firms have, which is usually a sole practitioner with some support. And this idea that, hey, if I need a lawyer, I can't go to these lawyers, I need to go to a white lawyer or a Jewish lawyer or somebody who is more competent in their eyes to handle the work, which I found very a bad perception, because it's not like rural or ethnic lawyers aren't competent. Quite the opposite. They come from very high levels of competency in terms of academia, schooling, and stuff. But they're resourced wrong. They're resourced to be a sole practitioner, and a sole practitioner in any field is overworked, underpaid, overstressed. And so to get over that and because they're practicing multiple areas of law, trying to get into, deal with the business side of stuff. So what I thought was, if I'm going to practice, I want to make sure that we do what the white law firms do what the Jewish law firms do. And the only difference they do is they allocate resources and specialize accordingly. They don't take on 6 areas of practice. They don't, unless they have a lawyer specializing in each area of practice. So that's the model that I wanted to come in, and I think I've done reasonably well in keeping us focused in and around real estate and in and around a couple of areas where each lawyer in our firm practices that specialty. So we are every year growing our competency, getting better and getting stronger. And ideally, what I want to grow is to become the strength of a white firm or a Jewish law firm or any other type of firm, is to have a law firm in our community, in the Tamil community. It's not a Tamil law firm, but it's a Tamil-dominated practice, meaning many of the practitioners and the clients are of Tamil. We have Filipino people here, we have Brazilian people here, we have Albanian people here, but it started and will continue to be a Tamil-dominated firm, including the partners here. So I want to grow this firm into becoming a powerhouse law firm for ourselves and our community. I think any ethnic community that grows up in this country, the legal community and the accounting finance community, and the strength of what happens in that community is directly tied with how strong the community rises itself. It's a great question. I know advice is dime a dozen now, especially in the world of social media and access to information and internet. You can get all your information, anything you want. If you want to get good at anything, it's out there. The information is out there. The problem in today's world is the clarity is not out there as much, and clarity in your own purpose. So it's like almost I feel it's inversely related. The more information that's available to you, the less clear you are because of the noise, right? So the noise, to avoid noise and to find clarity and focus is, I think, what any professional entrepreneur should do, is look at what you have to offer. Focusing. You might not know what you have to offer. So continue to figure out that, okay, you're an accountant, but everybody's an accountant who's an accountant. What about you is strong in you? That doesn't mean other people don't have it, but you have it and you double down on it. Maybe you're very good at doing some part of accounting. You're really good at income statements because you love learning about profit and losses. You're not as good as doing all the other type of stuff, but in this kind of stuff, you double down on it. Be known for that. So first, figure out what you have to offer. That's not a small thing. That's a big thing. To understand what is it really that you have to offer, it's to tap into what drives you and continuously drives you, and then double down on it, and then offer it to the world, offer it to other people, and say, here's what I have to offer. Then you don't have to work hard because your natural drive in you and your skills will drive you. So that's what I would have to offer.